Pokemon Kyoto!
We finally arrived at the Forest of Rust. Unfortunately, so did Team Ragnarok. However,
we paid
with the
for
assistance of Alex of the Elite Four and the champion himself, Himmel, we managed to fight our way through them and get our hands on yet another scroll.
This is the second to last episode until I'm all cut with science and magic.
Team Ragnarok to come out of nowhere,
then I can
Rachel if he didn't hand it over,
and do the
now
Unleash 3-parter, or is the 4-parter? Either way.
Both Himmel and Alex promised to try and get her back.
It's not for a while.
We're doing the only thing we can do now.
Call for help.
The region and hope to become strong enough to put Team Ragnarok down for good and save
We don't know where their base is, so we can't really take them out once and for all yet. We probably could have done it by now, to be perfectly honest. After all, usually you fight the admin like at the halfway point of the game. It's like you take him down, but it's like the thing isn't over yet. We're not done. We have many more plans. Or maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm just looking like a total idiot who's played Gen 1 too many times. Probably the second one. Not my fault to keep remaking it. Thin Ice. Remember, this entire region's full of ice, so that doesn't help much. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Cardinal.
This is a habitat that I surely didn't miss.
Nope.
We're back to the freezing cold environments as we decide to explore north of the region. Before coming to the Forest of Rust, you actually caught wind that there would be a Pokemon guild somewhere around the next town over. So, we are withstanding this cold weather so we can pay it a visit. It'd be a good excuse to try and improve our rank. In case you're interested in team building, here you can catch Leaparak, Gritterine, Shrooderol, Woolarm, Woolurt,
nice.
a Scalper, and
I haven't seen the bug in a while.
As well as Onyx, Nidorino and Nidorina, Sneasile, Glalie, Axew, Salzbuck, and Snover.
I always want to make a team with Salzbuck in, but then by the time I always get it, it's like, it's pretty late in the game, I already got my Pokemon, you know?
There'll be quite a few ice types we'll be encountering today.
And I could just replay
one of them is another
Gen
Pokemon
5
you can find on this route. This is Froston, the Ice Troll Pokemon. It's fairly gentle and does mean well, however it suffers with a constant cold. You see, it's not quite used to the cold environments like other ice types
You're
are.
fucked.
So it's often seen coughing and sneezing just as much as Cubchoo.
You've been around for so long,
Make sure to
and you're
have a nice
still
warm
not
bowl of
used to
soup
the
if you
cold
plan on
weather?
capturing this Pokemon. The next new fella that you can encounter on this route is Gobbler, the Nutcracker Pokemon. It's the evolved form of Grinner, evolving once Grinner reaches level 28. In a pack of Grinner, your boy Gobbler is the ringmaster who runs the show. In its gang, Gobbler demand to be treated like royalty, and all Grinner have to oblige. If not, well, let's just say they're going to be left a rather nasty bite mark. Any lone wolf Grinner who are
Gobbler
enough
for
to
a
be
reason
bitten by this Pokemon must do its every command and join its squad, even if it means going against their trainer. Lastly, we have Krylung, the Ice Dragon Pokemon.
I think that thing was shown
in the
group
familiar
shot.
to you, that's because he is the first stage evolution of Dragavalanche, which is Himmel's signature Pokemon. So this is a chance to actually get one for yourself. Using the hole on the end of its nose, it can fire short bursts of liquid nitrogen, which is what it uses to catch its prey or defend itself. However, people who want to have one of these as a pet should be aware of that fact, because one accidental sneeze from this fella is enough to...
Don't resist, just regular resist. Oh
start
boy.
a blizzard. It takes a skilled trainer to handle one of these fellas without getting frozen. Anywho, that's it for now.
Fool.
However, judging by the position our rank is probably in at this point, we should be encountering quite a few armor-charged Pokemon in the wild, which means more armor-charged forms for us to unlock. In fact, I think we're about to encounter some now. So, let's sit back, relax, and see whose turn it is to gain the armor-charging treatment.
Supercharge. Well, Gobbler already. Didn't even wait to the next route.
Supercharged.
Oh my.
Hope you got yourself a
Incredibly
Gobbler,
over-designed.
because if you did, you will be able to instantly armor charge it by giving it a jaw fragment. This form gives
like a
Gobbler a
totem
new set of
in
arms
Bolster
for an
thing.
extra hand, and upgrades its jaw to maximum crunching potential. We just established that these guys
For all
rule
your
like
vor
kings
fetishes.
over grinners. However, armor-charged gobblers literally rule with an iron fist, chomping down on anyone who disapproves.
His ability
of their
better be
authority.
Iron Fist.
Speaking of which,
Nope,
its
strong
move,
jaw, good enough.
Supercharged Jawbreaker,
Guess we were if
allows
it
it to
wasn't.
chomp down on its opponent with its massive jaw, completely and utterly shattering their defense and
Ugh.
special defense.
Oh, you're evolving. Or, sorry, supercharging. I like how her entire image is slowly
Next is
turning
Horrific,
around.
who will gain the power to armor charge once you give it a Chaos Fragment. On
I do
top
like
of
the
a
back.
defense boost, Horrific's back gains an upgrade too.
Her
Not
pictures
only
is her
can it
just
fire
turning
attacks
around,
out of
for
this new
goodness sake.
head,
But
but
this is still
it's
pretty
able
cool.
to see out of it, and use these new energy vines to ensnare the opponent and pull them towards the mouth.
That's
Where
horrifying.
they are then swallowed into its abyss.
Ugh.
Which is exactly what this Pokemon does with its move. Supercharged Backlash.
I'm glad this thing looks
Add
away
that
from
with
me
its
when I'm
illusion
using
powers,
it.
and you'll be the one who wish you turn your back on this lady.
I want Ash to catch this in the anime. Miss Maggie is getting a supercharged form. Good, because I don't think she got anything in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Don't know, didn't play it. Oh my. The hat reminds me of
The
Kamek
last
from
armor
Mario.
charger, for now anyway, is
Yeah.
Miss Magius's
I like how it
armor
looks like it has
charged form,
flames coming out of
which
its
it
hat.
gains when exposed to a bewitched fragment.
I like this outfit.
Now, this form is a little tricky to explain, but it's believed that Miss Magius inherits powers from the underworld with this form, boosting its ghost-type abilities and granting it pyrokinesis,
Yeah,
hence
the
the fire
type.
type. You know, now that I look back, is it me, or is there something a little unsettling about most ghost-type armor charge forms?
Yeah, right?
I mean, I know they're ghost types, and that's their whole ordeal, but still, armor charge Pokemon are known to be a lot
You're the one
more
drawing
aggressive than their
them.
original
Why are you talking to me
counterparts.
for about it?
But for me anyway, there was something about the ghost types that felt a bit more so. Almost like they don't just become overwhelmed by the added power like most other forms, they relish it. Probably just me.
I think it's more because
Anyway, this Pokemon
the
has a new
lore of
special
like
ability
ghost
called
possessing
Creeper,
items,
which allows it to use ghost
and what is
type
armor
moves
but
on
an
normal
item?
Pokemon. And its move,
So it kind of fits them in
Supercharged
lore-wise.
Dark Side,
Sort of like how, you know,
allows it to
a
consume
fighting
its
type wearing
victims
armor,
with
just
a
like,
mere
well,
taste
duh,
of its dark
you know?
power. Any Pokemon that were substituted before facing this dark illusion take more damage.
Oh my.
Sheesh, we are progressing through this region faster than I thought. I mean, we've almost encountered every new Pokemon at this point.
Oh wow.
And by the looks of things, we're drawing nearer to becoming rank B. So let's take on the Guildmaster.
Hey, we haven't
of
actually
City
ranked up in quite
and
a
claim
while.
that rank for ourselves, shall we?
I mean, granted, this is like story-wise rank up and not like how you would actually be in game, I guess, considering you were doing all the side quests. I imagine you'd be higher up than how the story would want to portray you as. Okay, just because this is probably going from the point of view like, yeah, you might do some along the way, if it's on the way,
This
you know, like.
humble little establishment is placed
But it's
right
mostly to get the
beneath
story
shadow
going, you know?
of the near untraversable terrain that is the Titan's
At least I assume, you
a
know?
horrendously notorious area filled to the brim with mountains, rocky terrain, and some of the highest level Pokemon you can find in the region.
Here's the challenge, get
It's
through it in
here
3
where
minutes.
you can find an additional path which will take you to Victory Road through the terrain itself. And at the
Yep.
very end is the Guild
And
of
find
the
the
Double
shortcut.
C. So if you plan on visiting them, well, you're gonna have to be prepared to go through all this lot, because this rugged area is one of the most dangerous in all the region. However, if you want some time to get your mind off of all the doom and gloom, you can visit this town's Pokemon Guild.
Can I visit it in real life?
Ski resort / rescue center. Here, professional trainers lie in wait for any emergency and also enjoy the view day and night from the center's scenic location. Sounds like it's worth checking out, don't you think?
I agree.
Well, first, it seems like we have some additional company. Look who just strolled into town. Now, remember Loki, if you ever need me to step in, I'll be more than happy to. There's nothing to be ashamed about asking for help. Ugh, I know, Professor, it's just... Well, the whole point of me accepting this job is to protect you. I shouldn't allow you to be my bodyguard, especially since that's my job. Loki, I ask you to assist me. That means we're both doing this job together. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours. Got it? Yeah, sure. Excellent. Oh, well, look who's arrived. Glad to see you again, player. It's been quite some time.
What are you two doing here?
If you must know, Professor Salix here has been asked by the Double C to investigate one of the temples located here. Indeed, they want me to try and decipher some of the valuable information that might be inside. In fact, it's a good thing you arrived here, player. Turns out another scroll is located inside this temple. So
of course
we'll
there
definitely
is.
need your expertise in order to try and obtain it. As for the reason why Loki is here, I decided to give him another chance, and he's assisting me on this job. Yeah, I am. I suppose it's something I should be grateful for.
Baby
You know
steps.
what? If all three of us have to go to the same place, why don't we, party up? That way it'll be much easier to get all these jobs done. Well, I never thought you'd be the one to team up with Player here, Loki.
Right.
I thought he was a nobody to you.
Just
well,
last
I suppose
game.
you could say there's still a bit of
Last
salt
episode.
in my wound.
Not the episode before.
But even I can't deny his success.
That was the episode before that was
Besides,
pissed
we're
about
probably
us
going to
joining
need
him.
some assistance in case Team Ragnarok shows up again. So, what say you then, player? Are you in?
Of course, let's get going.
Oh,
Water
very
under the
well then,
bridge.
you two. The more the merrier, I suppose. Besides, I think the extra help would be appreciated, player. Titan's back can be dangerous, no matter if you're going over it or through it. Wait, but Titan's back? That's where the temple's located? I didn't tell you. Huh. Guess it must have slipped my mind. Oh well, come on lads. Allons-y.
I don't speak Kalos. Oh boy. Here we are in the ice temple. So many
Figures in a region
stalactites.
as cold as this, there would be an ice temple. And those huge icicles you're seeing aren't for show either. They completely surround the place, dangling from the roof and hitting the floor like a forest. In this temple, you're going to have to
Careful,
navigate
because if an
through
icicle
them,
falls
all the
on your
while
head,
sliding
falls
across
on
the
you,
icy floor.
it can stab
It can be
you to
quite
death.
annoying for you, sure, but the
Mind you,
Pokemon
it
that
depends
live
on the
there
ice's
don't seem to mind
density
it.
and how
Then
strong
again,
it is and
most
how
of them
fast
are
it's falling. But
ice
it's still one of those where it's
I
like,
guess that's
yeah,
to
it can
be
kill you.
expected. Speaking of which, here you can find Krytonium, Baneri,
Probably not gonna have it
Poppin,
with the ice in the inside of your
Escalpa,
house or something like
Brylung,
that, you know?
and Froston, as well as Delibird,
You know,
Vanillish, Eskew, Bergmite,
just
Cryogonal,
show the snow a little
Sneasel,
respect.
and Piloswine. It's so blooming cold in here. How much further is it?
Loki's wearing a jacket and he's
Not far.
freezing.
A few more floors, I ought to say, and we should be in the right
I
place.
mean, I know it's only a hoodie, but it's
Besides,
still something.
I don't know why you're complaining about the cold. It's just as chilly in here as it gets outside. Just because I live in a region plagued by this stuff doesn't mean I like being in it.
The New England
Why
experience.
can't I have been born in Alola? Misfortune, I suppose.
The human experience.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have been born in Alola?
Probably. I guess misfortune appears to follow me everywhere I go, huh? I wouldn't say that. Not when you've been given a second chance and everything. Yeah, I suppose. Professor Salix, I really should be thanking you. Not just for this second chance and all. I mean, I doubt that pretty much any other Pokemon guild would have accepted it, but for everything. You gave me my starter Pokemon. The one that I've spent all this time bonding with, and the one that helped me to become an official trainer to begin with. And you allowed me to start off in the Pokepals Guild, and it may not have been the prestigious guild that I wanted to be in, but I should have been thankful that I actually got a guild to start in to begin with. What I'm trying to say is that I owe you a long due thank you. So yeah, thanks. It's alright, Loki. I understood that you've been through some hardships during your time at the academy.
Good to show respect.
Nobody can go through that kind of heck and come out a completely positive person. This lone wolf persona that you developed was understandable. Yeah, but it set me up for having a bad reputation with the rest of the guild. I didn't even bother talking to anyone else, and when they talked to me, I just pushed them away. I doubt I'll be that popular now, especially after everything I've done. There's always an opportunity for improvement, Loki. If you're willing to change your reputation with the rest of the guild, then it's possible for you. Although, I can't guarantee it'll be easy. Neither is getting past us!
Ragnarok.
Oh, brilliant. Why am I not surprised? Do you guys have anything better to do? Well,
Loki mentioned the guy's
with a higher
Pokemon from
offering?
Salad.
No,
It's true.
no, we
His
don't.
Pokemon were 3 stars, as we
Quite
all know.
right. Now,
Arceus
you lot be a
ripped
bunch
off
of good
Escode
fellas
Knight.
and let us get that scroll.
Or did
It's
Escode
as
Knight
good
come out
as
before
ours.
after Arceus was
That
announced?
chance.
with the
There's
starters?
3 of us and 2 of you.
Either way, it's still a funny
You're
thing to think about.
completely outnumbered. Really? I say things are quite even, don't you?
Mind you, the idea of
Indeed,
3 separate
this
starters
quote-unquote
for different reasons is
3
probably pretty
wouldn't
common,
be
but
much
still.
trouble to us, considering there's a weak link in their ranks. And I'm not talking about the professor. What did you say?
Oh boy.
You heard us, Pipsqueak.
Hey, rile
We're
him
on
up,
about
you twats.
you. You think you can nail us like Thor can? Not a chance.
Who would want
Indeed,
to nail you?
Try to emerge from his shadow all you want. You will never be as good a guild trainer as he is.
That's okay.
You're nothing but a short,
I'm
stumpy
better.
bootleg rip-off of him.
Where
At least
is
his bootleg
4?
rip-off actually bothered to show up for the job.
A new admin?
Attention! Attention! So what do you lowlifes appear to be up to? Oh, great. It's Richard. Why is it that the Double C and their Elite Four have to keep sticking their noses in
Seriously,
our
this is
business?
a running thing that happens.
That's your own fault, you lowlifes. You are the ones who are causing quite a ruckus. Everything you've done has given yourselves quite a bad reputation.
This is like the
Kidnapping
3rd time this
someone is
happens.
the final nail in that coffin. Ah well.
Not more.
Will at least be a more suitable challenge than that rip-off of Thor over there. So, battling you will at least be less pathetic.
How can you call me a rip-off
Do not
4
even dare
when
compare
I
that
do
undisciplined
my
fool
job?
to him. That boy may be undisciplined himself, but at least he actually had the gall to show up for this job. Why everyone else even considered recruiting that man for the Double C, I'll never know. I told it myself.
Someone
that it was nothing
enjoyed
but trouble.
tugs.
That bringing him on would be no good due
Nothing
to
wrong
his
with that.
non-existent consideration for work. But none of that matters now. You two are the enemy, and you two must be destroyed.
Maybe Victor
We'll see
Tanzig.
about that, G.I. Joe. Go get him, Pokemon! Go meet them in the face of battle, Fenrath!
Fenrath? Whoa!
Meet Richard's signature Pokemon, Fenrath, the Hatred Pokemon. These fellas are notorious for being one of the most dangerous and one of the most resentful Pokemon in the region.
Love this
The
thing.
fire on their back burns as brightly
This thing
as
is
their
awesome.
hatred for almost everything else. It is said if you are burnt by this Pokemon, you will be met with a terrible fate. Yes, my boy,
I
go
see
destroy
the
them,
Fenrir
burn them
monster
to
from
ashes, As for you lot, I suggest you better get going. I am more than capable of holding off these
Unleashed.
lowlifes. Mobilization, that is what I demand.
Mobilization! By
Mobilization!
Havoc.
I think we better do as he says. Besides, he's a soldier. He probably deals with worse than them on a daily basis.
Probably.
You're right, Loki. Come on, fellas. Let's get out of here while we have the chance. Our destination shouldn't be too far now.
Gotta go right now.
Wow. This place is beautiful. Although, I don't see any sign of the scroll.
Look, it's the Sea of Life. Thanks,
Manaphy. What I do see is what we came here for. Professor
Shylock spent the next half hour doing his best to decipher the ancient text written on the walls. Until... they're in Braille!
I think I've gotten everything down.
It's like the Reggies all over again.
Oh. And from what I can gather, I think this answers a lot of questions we've been wondering. Well, don't leave us in the dark. Tell us. What does that stuff say?
I don't know.
Stuff, Loki, is a story. One that fills in more information about the days of the Krytonian War.
If it's a Three Little Teppigs, I swear to God.
That ancient war we had with Galar? What does that have to do with anything? Everything, Loki. Everything. Allow me to explain. Now, in case you have forgotten or are unaware of the legend, here it is in a nutshell. The Kryoto region was at war with the nearby Galar region, and after 100 years, if it were to go on any longer, then the land we know it would cease to exist. It would be completely devoid of life. And that's the way it would have turned out, if not for the intervention of the Pokemon god, Arceus. He blessed our land with 2 legendary Pokemon to end this war and keep everything in check. These 2 new legendary Pokemon were Sanctrasil, the preservation Pokemon. Using its great roots, it healed the land and protected the old and innocent from the harsh threats of the new world. And Gyormungus, the revolution Pokemon. Using its poisonous venom, it would burn away any old and unnecessary traditions, replacing them as easily as growing back its fangs, leaving more than enough room for the new to leave its mark.
I'm dumb.
Alone, these 2 Pokemon could do so much, but it was their powers combined that allowed
the box art
them to do
legendaries.
so much more. Together, with the ability of preservation and revolution, they changed the minds of the people of this region, and the people of Galar too, filling their heads with new motivational ideas. Galar left the region alone, whilst our ancestors stopped fighting and rebuilt what had been lost. Wait, that's it? They just stopped fighting? Just like that? How? I mean, after so many years of bloodshed, there's no way either of them could have been convinced that easily. Indeed, it may seem unrealistic. However, it is said that the 2 legendary Pokemon were able to do this through their combined power. You see, when both Sanctrasil and Gyormungus are brought together, they, or whoever wields them, will be able to literally change the minds of anyone they want.
Oh no.
Change the minds?
Sounds dangerously powerful.
So, like mind control? Sort of.
On the
it's
idea,
more like
yeah.
conscious manipulation. Say if I had the 2 legendary Pokemon and asked you to catch a Magikarp. With them, I can actually convince you to catch that Magikarp for me. And not only would you think it's a good idea, but it would feel and act as if it was your conscious choice and nobody else's. It would feel like it would be your conscious decision to capture that Magikarp for me. Do you understand? Well, I suppose, Professor, but I still fail to see what that has to do with anything. Then you
falls
might
in the wrong hands,
me
usually
out
goes
the
wrong.
end.
We're lucky that it was to find peace and
According to these
more
ancient
power.
scriptures that I have deciphered, many decades after the war had ended, a band of strong trainers had heard of the two legendary Pokemon's accomplishment, and knowing very well about their manipulative powers when combined, they feared that they would fall into the wrong hands. After all, anyone who got a hold of these two legendary Pokemon could definitely do worse than the war. So they began to travel the region on an ancient quest to hunt down and capture both legendary Pokemon.
So they could do it themselves.
They took them to the Titan's back, where they were both sealed away for good.
Oh.
So no one would ever be able to use their powers.
And what are the odds? Where are we right now?
However, they also believed that there would be a day in the future where these saviors of the region would be needed again. So when they were sealed, 6 scrolls were created, which, when read together, would release the legendary Pokemon from their slumber. All 6 of them were scattered, and eventually forgotten, until today. The band of heroes felt sorry for what they had to do, but knew that there was no other decision. So, to keep the region from plundering into darkness again, and in honor of the 2 legendary Pokemon that had saved it,
it's
they
unlocking
searched
this
the land
Pokemon
for
that
its
was
strongest
sealed up
warriors
years
and
ago.
Pokemon trainers.
Has there ever
Together,
been a game or
they
something like
formed
that
the
where
Cryoto Colony,
you're the one
the
causing
first
this
Pokemon
fetch
guild.
quest so you
They
can
would
seal it up?
continue to maintain peace throughout the region, and eventually
If so, that'd be an
more
interesting concept
guilds
for a
would
game.
follow in their footsteps.
I don't know if it's really interesting,
And
but
so
still,
the
it's
region's
like,
long-going tradition of Pokemon
it's a prequel,
guilds
you know?
began.
I have one game where you're unsealing
Wait,
them. The next
So
prequel,
our whole
you're
tradition of
sealing
Pokemon
them.
guilds, it all began with the legendary Pokemon?
Interesting.
Wow. I didn't even know. Nobody had.
Until now.
Honestly, it's unbelievable. For so long, we completely forgotten where our tradition of Pokemon guilds even originated from. But this changes everything that we believed before. Indeed. So Thor was right. This
Hold on,
truly
there's a
must
picture at the
be
bottom of it.
what
It's a
being a true
Mankey and
guild
fancy
member
hat.
symbolizes. Bringing hope to those who need it.
Fucking NFTs.
Just like how the legendary Pokemon gave our home hope. If I didn't understand before, I definitely do now. Oh, my. I know, it's a lot to take in. We have to share this with the Double C as soon as we can. This is valuable information, especially since it's revealed to us what these scrolls do. Oh, sweet Arceus, you're right. I mean, the legendary Pokemon and their combined ability, nobody should have that kind of power. Nobody. And Team Ragnarok want it. Wait, no. Their mysterious client wants it. If he gets a hold of those scrolls and summons the 2 legendary Pokemon, he could convince the entire region's population to do whatever he wants. Maybe
we have to
even the
follow
world.
Team Eco.
Whoever the heck this client is, he could literally make us all his slaves. He could rule our world with an iron fist. We have to stop him. We have to get a hold of those scrolls. And I think we just disturbed this one's guardian.
Lopunny? Kyogre and Lopunny.
Introducing this temple's lone guardian, Krytonium Lopunny, the snow rabbit Pokemon.
Feels weird seeing it with clothes on.
Krytonium Baneri when it reaches max happiness. It is completely immune to the
cold. It's much better with clothes on. I don't feel weird using it.
Which, due to its stylish design, has inspired quite a few fashion lines in the region.
In fact, whenever I have one, I Mega Evolve it, just so I don't have to feel weak ass for releasing Mega Evolution form, so it's wearing
and expecting them to listen. It is claimed this temple that you have entered in its beautiful kingdom of isolation. And, since it's a guardian of one of these scrolls, well, you know where this is going.
Evolved her Baneri. You'd think the anime would jump at the chance for more fan service. It's a kid's show, I guess.
Supercharged.
The parka gets bigger. Oh, wow. She takes on an Ice Queen look. I love this look.
Enter armor-charged Lopunny. When equipped with a Queen's Fragment, it becomes a relentless ruler of the battlefield, equipped with a nasty spear to do physical damage that also gives it complete control over black ice.
Oh, frig.
It also has a new special ability called Black
I'm riding the
Hearted,
Key and Peele skin
which
on
basically
Black
allows
Ice.
it to do more damage against Pokemon of the opposite gender. Lastly,
Black Ice
its
didn't land on the
move,
road. The
Supercharged
road landed
Black
on Black Ice.
allows it to engulf its opponents in black ice, completely immobilizing them. Ugh, and now we got bigger problems. Hey, there you are!
Huh? Come on.
I got you boys now. Soon this place will be under Team Ragnarok's control, and the only thing I have to do to ensure it is put you punks in your place. Ugh, and bigger problems still. Player, you handle that Lopunny. This nobody over here is mine.
And to prove I'm not just a 4 copy. Be careful.
You just worry about your own job, and I'll worry about mine. Go and show that Pokemon who's boss. That would be easier said than done, because this Lopunny has a lot of special-based attacks to freeze us.
Ice
and
Beam,
put
Dark
us on
Pulse,
the edge.
Avalanche, and
If
Moonblast.
that wasn't enough, it can start hailstorms by summoning Abomasnow, and put out our pesky fire types by calling upon Walrein.
It's got Hydro
You're going
Pump.
to need a lot of brute force and
And
determination
Scald.
if you're to dethrone this queen. If not, then, well, prepare to receive the cold shoulder. However, the thing about icy cold shoulders is that they always melt.
Bring fighting types. Mega Supercharged Lopunny
Are you
is fairy,
kidding
so it
me?
won't do as much.
I
So
lost
more
to
do
this
neutral
Thor
damage.
wannabe?
But
How is
the
this even
Abomasnow Walrein will
possible?
go down to them.
You know, if you want to talk about wannabes, I would say you and the rest of your stupid guild are a way better example than
I had an
me.
Abomasnow in my
What's
in
that
my,
supposed to mean?
Sword and Shield run.
Through everything
It was
I've
essentially
done,
the ace of the
not
team.
just through my
Like my
second
Cinderace
chance,
was
so
the
to
main
speak,
ace, but if I had a backup ace,
through
it was
what
the
we've discovered
Abomasnow.
here today, through understanding the very concept of Pokemon guilds better than I ever had before. I've seen what Pokemon guilds have done. I've seen what their communities have accomplished together, and I now understand the very reason for why they were built in the first place.
This is who I am.
And then I
Wait.
look at you, a guild who is only interested in money, only interested in high bounties, only ever caring if it's for your own benefit or wealth. Thor was right about you. You're a sorry excuse for a Pokemon guild. All these other guilds have been built with the same purpose in mind, and have been showing their respect to both Sanctrosil and Gormungus without even knowing it. And your guild just goes against that. I don't even know why we're calling you a guild to begin with, because you're not. You're a joke. Nothing but a bunch of lousy clowns trying to make a fool of themselves. Heh! As if I'm going to be bothered what some
Team
ripoff has to
Skull.
say. Then I suppose you wouldn't mind if I called you a money-loving swinub. What did you say? Oh, so you do care. That's what I thought. You're not even worth taking in. Just get out of my sight and leave this place alone. Urgh, fine! But you haven't seen the end of us, kid. We'll continue to do our job, even if the real Ragnarok comes. Phew,
I doubt
that was a
that.
tight squeeze. Nevertheless, well done, you two. Those grunts have been dealt with, we've got the information, and it looks like that Guardian Pokemon has been knocked out. Perfect. That means we can get the scroll without any more interference. Player, you see that opening up there where the Pokemon emerged from? If the scroll should be anywhere, it's in there. Let's grab it and go before that Lopunny wakes up.
Nice.
Those scrolls we have been collecting do what? I know. It's quite unbelievable, but then again, more impossible things have happened in our world. I mean, just a few years ago, the darkest day that plagued the nearby Galar region almost started up again. Well then, I suppose gathering up the rest of these scrolls is important, not to mention reporting this to the higher-ups. Although, perhaps if these scrolls do summon the legendary Pokémon, maybe we can capture them and harness their powers to use for the good of the world.
Surges, Admiral.
To think how many wars and conflicts could be stopped if we wield their power correctly. Are you balmy? Nobody should have that kind of power. Whoever wields the 2 legendary Pokémon can literally become the strongest person in the whole world. We can't just do something like that. There would be no point. Not to mention how corrupt we would become if we were to wield such power. You watch your tongue, boy. I was only thinking of the more superior strategy to win the conflict. We understand your point of view, Richard, but what you must understand is that Loki has a point. We can't just wield such a power. Nobody can. Even if we do, what would be the point of it all? If we use it to stop all the evil in the world, and use it to convince everyone to solve every problem we currently have, there would be no point to gain the motivation to solve it ourselves. Our whole motivation to become a stronger race, and solve problems, and stop evildoers, it'll all become meaningless. But consider, if the military had such a powerful weapon, we would be able to defeat any enemy without even hurting anyone. True, but if you actually had the power to convince all enemies to stop fighting, there would no longer be a need for the military.
Don't have freedom.
Pokemon guilds, or pretty much anyone who's motivated into doing anything and is trying to motivate others to do the same. There'd be no point.
Utopia.
Not to mention it's tampering with other people's free will. Nobody should have that kind of power, not even us. Anyone who wields it would be far too dangerous. I suppose you're right, chaps. In which case, we still must report this to our higher-ups. After all, the last thing we want is Team Ragnarok getting a run of the place. It's not just Team Ragnarok I'm worried about. It's also their mysterious client who's putting them up to all this. Most likely, they don't even know about any of this stuff.
It's Chairman Rose
Otherwise,
or
they'd be keeping
Lysander
these scrolls
or
all to themselves. Indeed.
Be cool, but probably
Honestly,
not.
all of this would have been so much simpler if that lousy slacker Thor actually bothered to show up.
Honestly, I think
Why
I know
didn't he show
who
up anyway? Let me guess,
main
was he
person
helping
is.
another one of his friends?
Probably going for his
Well,
girlfriend.
Yes and no. He was trying to find his lovely Rachel. You can imagine his reaction once he found out what happened to her. Indeed I can. Honestly, it's an absolute travesty. I mean, everything that they've done so far is bad enough, but capturing someone, holding them hostage, this is too far, even for their standards. They have standards? This is news to me. Although I don't think we're making things better by just standing about. You're right, Loki. We have to take action. Thank you for your help, player. Come on, everyone. Let's take what we have and give it to the Double C. Very well, then. You chaps go on ahead, while I talk to player for a little bit.
What's up?
I thought I could use a bit of time to honor you for all of your previous accomplishments. You are definitely making a name for yourself for your reliability, power, and loyalty to the right cause. I believe that you should be rewarded for your accomplishments. Therefore, you will receive my gratitude, as well as this item, which should help you.
Richard gives you a muscle
Come to
fragment,
your
salutes
aid
you.
in this epic battle against Team Ragnarok.
Thanks,
With this,
chap.
I bid you farewell, player, until we meet again.
Haven't fought a head of these guilds in a while. Ooh, you can supercharge this thing. Nice. That's kind of cool and a little lame, not gonna lie.
That
I
muzzle
like the
fragment
fire
that
flowing
Richard gave us
freely.
will give us the ability to armor charge.
But hey, if I don't
Gunwrath.
like it, I don't wear
Once
it.
we
I
get
don't
our
wear
own,
it.
that is.
It's that simple.
In this form, its burning hatred has grown so much that its armor charged form has to contain it through all of this, well, armored plating.
That is a cool
Although,
reason.
as you can see, even the armor has a hard time containing it. Its jaws are sealed around a muzzle which doubles as a flamethrower, incinerating
Pretty
its
cool,
victims
honestly.
like a giant cutter's torch. And to assure that they are incinerated, It can grab and restrain the opponent with the whips that come out of the chains on its legs.
Nice.
Its move, Supercharged Purgatory, lets
That's
it
a cool
incinerate
ass
the
name.
opponent and their held item. Phew, Jesus,
Honestly, I wouldn't
today
use
was
them.
quite the development,
Again, I
wasn't
wouldn't use
it?
the form, but
I mean,
I like the Pokemon.
learning about the legendary Pokemon that saved this region, where Pokemon guilds came from, and what these scrolls actually do, it looks like a lot is going to be coming
Excellent
down
episode,
in
if
the
I do say
future.
so myself.
I can
And
only
indeed,
imagine how things are going to turn out.
I'm pleased with
next
how this is
time,
going, and I'm
as
interested
our
to see what
journey
happens
through
next.
Cryoto continues.
The game has been saved, no team changes. Bye.